Yeah, I think the sovereignty issue is the big issue. Because I don't think the British are libertarians and they want to get rid of the EU because they're too much interventionist. But they resented the fact that these unelected officials were writing laws and rules, and then they have a court system. And if the court rules right, there's no appeal. And it's an unelected court, and they're obligated to live under these laws. Just like we're having a grower obligation to live under UN resolutions. We go to war with UN resolutions and NATO. And I don't think the people have awakened in this country either to how much sovereignty that we have lost. But Schulz, who is the president of the European Parliament, he said it is not the EU's philosophy that the crowd, that is the people, which he's referring to as a mob, can decide its fate. Only the unelected leaders. But you know, I don't think that's brand new. Nobody should be shocked. It's just a shocking to see such bluntness, such arrogance, because I think so many of the politicians I knew in Washington were rather arrogant. The American people get so terrified by the demagogues that they're willing to give up. Half of them want to give up the Second Amendment, the other half want to give up the Fourth Amendment, you know, and that's going to be the solution. Oh, the government should investigate everybody, put us on a list. If you don't have anything to hide, put your name on a list. Oh yeah, it's those guns, those people believe in guns. And they concentrate on that, and they never say, well, let's stop and think about this. Let's put this in perspective.
Well, I'll say that we are going to have a release later today of our first speaker we're going to reveal. We have most of them lined up, a couple more that we're still working on, but we have most of them done, and we'll have a nice, special, and very fun announcement this afternoon. So I hope everyone will get your tickets to the conference, Washington, D.C., September 10th. You can go to the Ron Paul Institute website, ronpaulinstitute.org, and get all the information you need about it.
Next, let's move to the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. And like yourself, Dr. Paul, I'm an American citizen. I pay bills, electric bills, gas bills, groceries, and I can tell you that they go in one direction, and that's upward. Never do I get a letter telling me, great news, because we have sound money and increased productivity, we're going to cut your prices. That never happens. It's always upwards. But the government and the Federal Reserve want me to close my eyes to the reality of life, and they tell me that their CPI says that there's barely no inflation. In fact, some of them claim that it's too low. So please explain the nefariousness of the Consumer Price Index.
Yeah, and it's obvious that the prices are going up a lot more than they would admit. And it is rather ironic that they want to make prices go up faster, 2% at least. Of course, if it hits 2, it's going to hit 4 and 6 and 8, and they won't have any control of it.